Hi YouTube, it's EmmaBlue10 here, and this is Q&A number 10, and I do hope you guys enjoy, and I do hope I answer all your questions as fully as I can, so please enjoy. If you're wondering why my eyes are wandering over to a certain corner of the screen, it's because the questions are over there, it's just to make it easier for me to do that. I was going to write them down, but I just got so many questions, which I really thank you guys for, really. So I decided I'm just going to read them off the YouTube page really and just answer them that way. So again, I hope you guys enjoy. And I have to admit, it's absolutely freezing cold in my room, which is why I'm wearing my nice thick cardigan. Okay, here we go. Question 1. Well, actually, it's 2 questions from Vampirzam. If the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck contains a stupidly broken combo card, would you use it or not, and why? And question 2 is, do you find your deck to a lot more aggressive, or do you think it has good defense? Well, for the Blue Eyes White Dragon structure deck, I can't really comment on anything in there because obviously nothing has been announced for it except for that there is a Blue Eyes White Dragon in it. So if it does contain a really stupidly broken combo card, it would depend on what it is before I would consider using it myself. Like, say if it was along the lines of, say, adding a certain Blue Eyes monster to the field, like special summon it to the field with no consideration for its special summon requirements or anything, then yeah, I would probably use something along that, because that would make summoning Blue Eyes Shining at least a lot easier. But at the moment I can't really say anything about that, because as I said, nothing has been confirmed for that deck at the moment. For my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck, yes, it's much more aggressive, I think, more than ever, because Blue Eyes White Dragon, just in general, is a very aggressive archetype. You know, it's a 3000 attack beat stick, and then you've got its fusion, which is a 4500 attack beat stick, and then if you play Shining Dragon or any of the other Blue Eyes kind of cards, they've pretty much mostly got over like 3k attack and everything. So, sorry, I'm just kicking my cables here a bit all over the place. And I think it also has relatively good defense. I've got like, I've got like Light and Darkness Dragon as a way of stopping cards and all that, so I'd say that's sort of defensive to an extent. And I've also got relatively good defense monsters like Masked Dragon and things. So my Blue Eyes White Dragon deck at least is much more aggressive than it was before, and it does have good defense. Not as much as I would like, mind you, but still pretty good. So I hope that answers your question, Vampirzam. Right, next question is from ChaosDude1399. If you weren't allowed to play your Blue Eyes deck anymore, could you name the next 3 decks that you would play? Ooh, that's a good one. If I was to play competitively, I would probably use the Heretics. Definitely the Heretics, because, I mean, they're hieroglyph dragons, they're based on the ancient Egyptian gods, and I really like all versions of the Heretics I've seen so far. I've seen Blue Eyes Heretics, I've seen Chaos Heretics and that. And I think they're pretty cool, so I would say if I was to play competitively with a new deck, it would definitely be Heretics. I would still play my Rainbow Era. Competitively or not, I'm not entirely sure. Or my Crystal Beast deck, if anyone doesn't know what that is. I probably could play that competitively as well, but I'm not entirely sure. I more see that really as a fun deck nowadays, not really as anything competitive. A third deck I would play... I would think maybe Yubel. Now, this might be a bit of a surprise to some people, but I have always liked Yubel. I've actually got her 3 forms from the Phantom Darkness series. I've always liked Yubel. I used to run her in older versions of my Blue Eyes deck. This was like back several years ago before anybody starts. So if I wanted to... So yeah, I think that would be it. I think that it would be Heretics, still my Crystal Beast deck, and Yubel if I wasn't allowed to play Blue Eyes White Dragon anymore. Definitely those, with Heretics being the main competitive deck. So yeah, I hope that answers your question, ChaosDude1399. Next 5 questions are from Kasai Wolf07. Question 1 is, do you remember your feelings when you got the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Shining Dragon and Ultimate Dragon for the first time? Question 2, overall, following the modifications to your deck, do you think this has made you feel more confident and happy? Question 3, overall, how many people have told you about the structure deck with the Blue Eyes? Question 4, do you think XYZs or Synchros suit your deck better? And question 5 is, how many times out of 10 do you listen to advice that others give you about your deck? Okay, for question 1, yes, I do remember the first time I got the Shining Dragon and all that. Now, I've told this story quite a few times, and it is in some of my other videos, but I'll replay it again because you guys like hearing it. Before I got into the Blue Eyes White Dragon theme and everything, I used to hate them. I played with Dark Magician and everything. This was long before I got into YouTube and that as well. And I used to hate Blue Eyes because when people got it out against me, you know, there was nothing I could do about it unless I powered up my Dark Magician. But when I went to the 2004 movie with my sister and some of her friends, the very first pack I opened was a Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, and I thought, oh right, that's cool, nice artwork, but I could never use her. But when I saw the movie, you know, I thought it was just an amazing creature, very beautiful, majestic, you know, just absolutely amazing, and my feelings changed that I wanted to build a deck around this card. So I went and got my 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, which I traded for, which I was very, very happy about. They were a bit battered, as some of you guys have seen, but that didn't really matter. And when I got my first Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, because that didn't come out till 2006, 2 years after the movie, when I first got it from Cool Kingdom, I was really, really happy because I was like, yes, finally, Blue Eyes White Dragons theme combo strategies finally complete. Because before then, I had been using a fake Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon that I had made myself. Because obviously it was just and I made some fake ones for some of the younger players in my era because they had some Shining Dragons and they couldn't summon out without an Ultimate Dragon. So I made some fake ones just to, you know, just to allow them to use it because it was just casual fun dueling we had back then when I was younger. This is when I was like, what, 13, 14, 15? So quite a while ago. For question 2, yes, I am very, very happy with my Blue Eyes deck right now. I really am. Now, you guys know I constantly change my Blue Eyes deck quite a bit because I'm always getting new ideas and new combos and that I want to try out with the deck. But right now, the changes I've made, I feel a lot more better because 1, it means it's still, my deck is still fun, and 2, it can play to an extent at least competitively in the meta because, you know, as you guys know, I always take my Blue Eyes deck to tournaments when they do run, and you know, people often recognize me for just playing that Blue Eyes deck and, you know, without using a Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which is quite cool to an extent. But you know, I am very happy with my Blue Eyes deck right now. I really am. I'm a lot more happy with it. I know I can play with it really well now. So yeah. How many people have told me the structure deck? Oh, quite a lot. I can't give you an exact number for that, to be honest. But quite a lot of people have sent me messages, often several days. Even now, I still get 1 or 2 messages, 2, 3 messages a week or something, saying, "Have you heard about the new Blue Eyes structure deck?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I have. I did a video about it, so so I can't tell you an exact number." Question 4 is, do you think XYZs or Synchros will suit my deck better? Well, my deck can actually incorporate both, as you guys have seen. I can use both, but I think XYZs are better. It's mainly because of a specific card that I use in my deck, which is Totem Dragon. There's so many combos you can do with Totem Dragon, especially for XYZs, but XYZs allow Totem Dragon to be reset if it has been resurrected via its own effect. So in other words, because it's been set underneath an XYZ material, the banish effect that kicks in with Totem Dragon when it leaves the field doesn't kick in, so it means I get to reuse the Totem Dragon a lot better. With Synchros, however, if I was to resurrect Totem Dragon and then Synchro with it, it would get its banish effect, unfortunately, so I've lost a Totem Dragon that could have been used for something else. So I think, to more of an extent, XYZs do suit my deck better. But I still use Synchros because they're still pretty cool, they're still pretty kick-ass, and yeah, that's all I can say on that one. How many times out of 10 do you listen to advice? Well, apart from things like Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon and Chaos cards and stuff, I try to look at all advice given to me as much as possible. And constantly, you know, people are always saying put in Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon or put in this certain card or tour guide or something, and it's like, no, because then that would mean my deck would lose its fun element, and I don't want to do that. But if anybody makes suggestions and gives me good reasons for those suggestions, then I'll listen to them, I'll think about it, and I'll incorporate it. For example, I think it was I think it was actually you, Kasai Wolf 07, who suggested maybe you should put in one trade-in for the Blue Eyes deck, and I actually did that because trade-in just works too well with my deck. I mean, sometimes it can be annoying that I discard a Blue Eyes and I get, say, Polyand, or I get a combo that could work with the Blue Eyes that I just discarded, but I try to listen to all advice given to me, and then I make my own choice after I've made careful consideration of like cons and pros and everything. But I can't say exactly how many times out of 10, to be honest, but I try to consider everything given to me. So I hope that answers your questions. Okay, next one is from my good friend Darkrotition84. Are there any cards you want to see get banned, limited, semi-limited, or go back to 3? Well, I'm going to get shot for this. The one card I want to see unbanned is Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. I know I'm going to get shot for that, but I absolutely love that card. I think it's a really cool card. But the thing is, it's easily negatable now. We've got Divine Wrath, Effect Veiler, Light and Darkness Dragon. What else? I can't really think of anything else at the moment. That's just a few cards I could name that could get around Chaos Emperor Dragon's effect. And I could easily put it in my deck. All I'd have to put in my deck is literally maybe a couple of Divine Dragon Apocalypse, and there you go, I've got Chaos Emperor Dragon put in there. But sadly, that will never come off the ban list, because even though, to my belief, I think it's easily counterable nowadays, it's just too good of a card, to be honest. So I don't think that will ever come off, but it might do, you never know. Come off the ban list. I think another card I'd like to see come off would be maybe Magician of Faith, because obviously there are some times where my polymerization or certain spell cards that I need get put into the graveyard, like say via card destruction or Dark World effects or whatever, and I need to get it back, and that would be a good way to do it. But again, because she's not a dragon type monster, it wouldn't work on my deck, unfortunately, unless I changed my entire deck again. What else? I'm actually not too sure. I'll actually have to go to the actual website just to quickly check what it is. But I definitely know at least Chaos Emperor Dragon. Definitely I would like to see that come off, even if it's only for one season or one half of the game. Hold on, here we go. What else? Magician of Faith, maybe Magician of Faith. Just having a look quickly. I think another card I would like to see come back is Trishula, the Dragon of the Icebreaker, because it's just, to me, it's a three-headed, dragon, ice dragon version of Ultimate Dragon. I thought it was really cool, but the sad thing is, you can easily synchro into it, and you can still easily, get its effect to go off multiple times, even if it's limited. So, unfortunately, I don't think that'll ever come back. Anything else? I would like to see Dimension Fusion come back as well. That's where you pay 2,000 life points and special summon all remove from play monsters, but I would use that only because if I was to play Dragon's Mirror, really, it would make playing with Blue Eyes at least a lot more easier, but it's just too good. It's just far too good, unfortunately. Anything to get banned? I don't think there's anything really. To be honest, as I said, I can't really give you an answer to what I'd like to see banned or anything semied or anything like that, sorry Richie, because unfortunately we're only a month or so into the meta, so I can't really tell what's making a big impact on anything, and I haven't been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually going into Edinburgh and playing in tournaments and stuff for a while, so I can't really say anything about that, I'm afraid, so I'm really sorry about that. But if I wanted to see just one card come off the ban list, it would definitely be Chaos Emperor Dragon, so I hope that answers your question there, Richie. Okay, who's next then? Just going to double check. Here we go. Nick Price, question 1. What do you think about the Elemental Dragons being released soon? 2, will you be playing them? And 3, if not, then what deck do you want to use? I've already done a video on my thoughts on the Elemental Dragons. They're in my playlist in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Thoughts somewhere, and I really like them. I think they're a cool deck archetype. I wouldn't be playing them though, because I've gone across them several times on Duel Network, and I've seen the impact they're having in the OCG just from looking at sites like Shriek and everything, and they're they're far too overpowered now, I think. I mean, I still like them, but I wouldn't play them myself because they're just, you know, immediately when a lot of people see you've got Elemental Dragons, especially on Duel Network, they just go, right, that's it, I'll give up, I'm not doing anything. So I wouldn't use them in my Blue Eyes deck either. Some people could have suggested could you combine them, and I would say not really, no, I don't want to do that, so there. Next question is from Manjas0823. What are your thoughts on the new Archfiend support coming out in the Judgment of the Light? I have heard about new Archfiend support, but I don't know what it's about, I'm afraid, so I can't really answer your question there. But all I can say on that is it's nice to see new Archfiend support because we haven't seen that for a long time, not since the GX era, as I would call it. So I'm really sorry, I can't really give any thoughts about that, but it's nice to see older archetypes coming back to an extent. I mean, we've had Harpies, we've got the Blue Eyes White Dragon, now we've got Archfiends. What's next? We don't know. Next question is from my cousin Yugi's Girl 3213. If you could have any Yu-Gi-Oh monster or monsters as a pet, which one would you have? I don't think this will surprise anybody if I said the Blue Eyes Dragons as my pets. The amount of times you could people who get on my nerves and I could just say, right, Blue Eyes, sick 'em. Oh, that would be so fun if that was real. But I would say the Blue Eyes Dragons definitely. Other monsters, I would possibly consider the Hieratic Dragons and the Crystal Beasts as well, because that would be pretty cool. But if I was to choose something that I wasn't playing in the deck at the moment, good question. Is there any cards I like that are not in? I don't actually know. If I was to choose something besides what I actually play, I don't know. I honestly don't. There probably might be something out there, but I don't know. But if I was to choose one pet in particular, it would be the Blue Eyes Shining Dragon, just because she's the badass out of the group, I feel. Next 5 questions are from Dragon Core 7. If you make a video, what kind of game would it be? And what will the story be about? Robots, pirates, or ninjas? Besides Blue Eyes, what's another dragon you may like? We dueled once on DN before. It was fun. Can we duel again someday? Have you seen my channel? And if so, what do you think of my videos? Right, Dragon Core 7. I don't understand what you mean by your first question, so I can't really answer that, to say the least. But for question 2 at least, I would say robots, I think, because I like mecha anime, because my boyfriend got me into it, so I really like, you know, like some of the Gundam series, Transformers, that sort of thing. Besides Blue Eyes, what's other dragons like? Well, I've always liked the Hieratic Dragons, even though they're still pretty new, they've only been out for a year, I've always really liked them. There's no other dragon archetype that I've really liked, that have really stood out to me. I've always liked the boss monster dragons of some deck archetypes, like Rainbow Dragon, for example, of the Crystal Beasts and everything. But if I should choose other dragon types, there's not very many, to be honest, because I'm such a picky person, to be honest with you. On Duel Network, right, I'm just going to say now, before anybody else asks about this, I go on Duel Network when I can and when I'm not tired from work. So if you do see me on there, don't be afraid to message me, and I'll try and duel you as I can. But sometimes when I do go on there, it's just for research and deck purposes only. So don't be offended if I say I can't duel you right now. I'm just researching for my deck and everything, because DN's pretty good for that sort of thing. But if you ever do see me and message me and I can get round to you, I will try, but I can't promise. I'm not like one of those people who goes on Duel Network all the time to increase ratings or to do this and do that. If I'm not too tired from work and I've got my recording equipment ready and everything, I'll go on, have a couple of fun duels, get to meet you guys and everything. So I can't say anything more about that. So, but don't but just for future references, you know, don't demand or request Duel Network duels or anything like that, because I just can't fit them in. Because when I make my videos and everything, they're all over the place. I don't have set times, because obviously I've got a job and I've got well, I'm living with my family, so I have a family life and I've got my boyfriend and everything, which are more important to an extent over YouTube and my Yu-Gi-Oh and everything. So yeah, okay. next one, have you seen my channel? Right, I can't really comment on that because I haven't seen your channel. And I mean, if you need help with certain things, I can try and help you and everything, but I don't do subs for subs, and I don't do like I don't do things like will you look at my channel and check out my channel and, you know, hopefully get me as a subscriber, because I have to. I'm a very picky person. I'm quite a fussy person. If I really like a lot of your videos, then I will subscribe. If I really like your content, then I will subscribe. But if I only like 1 or 2 videos, then I'm not going to subscribe or anything, to be honest, because that's just not the kind of person I am. I don't subscribe for the sake of subscribing. I have to enjoy what's on the channel before I decide to do that. So I can't really say anything about that question, I'm afraid. But again, with that sort of thing, don't, like, just for anybody out there, don't demand me to go and see your channel or do this or do that with your channel, because I can only do so much, really. And if you do need help with things like, say, how you want to get more subscribers or something, then, you know, you can easily look around on YouTube for other ideas and that, because I'm not one who's like really into grabbing as many subscribers as I can. I put up what I like, I do with what I like, and if you like it and you enjoy it and you favourite it and whatever, then that's fine, fair enough. And if you decide to subscribe to me, then that's really kind of you and that's your decision. But if you don't, you don't. You know, I'm not one for going out and grabbing subscribers. I mean, I'm quite happy I've got 1,000 or just over 1,000 now, so I'm really happy about that. But if people ask for like popularity things and that, I can't really say anything about that. I have done a video on popularity in Yu-Gi-Oh, which you guys can reference. It's in one of my help and advice playlists if you want to have a look at that. But other than that, I can't really give you advice because I'm not a big time Yu-Gi tuber, so I can't really help you there. So anyway, sorry for rambling on there, but Dragon Core 7, I hope that answers your questions, and I'm really sorry I didn't get to answer as many as I wanted. Next one is from Akira2805. Could you see yourself ever running Hieratic deck in some form? Perhaps in combination with your Blue Eyes? That has a nice ring to it, lol. Well, I am actually in the middle of building a Hieratic deck, and it's about 95% complete. I just need 5 or 6 more cards and it will be complete. I will actually be doing another video via Dueling Network on how the deck is processing, because I have changed it a little bit again. But a real life, you know, deck video I will probably be doing hopefully within a month or 2, depending on when I can get these cards. Excuse me, pardon me, on when I can get these cards sorted. So it's nearly complete, guys. I will get a video up as soon as I can. But in combination with Blue Eyes, I have heard about that and I've seen how it works. I've seen Asian Eyes White Dragon use this deck. It looks pretty awesome. But personally, I wouldn't do it. When I play deck themes, I try to stick to that theme as much as possible. So I try to use like just all Hieratics, all Crystal Beasts, all Blue Eyes White Dragon, without, well, apart from the Blue Eyes White Dragon, of course, still got the theme Blue Eyes there, but I try to use the theme as much as possible and not waver from it if I can. So I'd rather use a pure Hieratic deck. Even if I was to play that deck competitively, I would still use that as pure as possible. Just because that's the kind of person I am, really. So anyway, so I'm just going to take a drink, guys. I'm just really thirsty all of a sudden. Oh, I've not had Pepsi for a while. So I hope that answers your question, Akira. Next one is from Toxin12. What new card effects would you like to see from the Blue Eye Structure deck? Now, in regards to the previous question about the Blue Eye Structure deck, again, I can't really comment on that because there's been nothing announced for it. I suppose the only answer I can give you is what I said earlier, is if there was like a card that could be used to summon out any form of the Blue Eyes, ignoring the summoning conditions, then that would be brilliant, because that would make it a heck of a lot easier to get out Shining. But I can't really say anything else about that, because obviously it's only been confirmed that Blue Eyes White Dragon is going to be in the deck, but nothing else at the moment, so I'm really sorry about that. Next one is from Wilson Lima. Are there going to be any new deck ideas for future videos? Updated Hieratic versions that you've tried? Either way, keep up the great videos. Well, thank you very much. Any future deck ideas? not at the moment, not unless something really catches my interest. At the moment, I'm just playing with what I'm comfortable with and what I'm happy with, which is, of course, the Blue Eyes, Heretics, and the Rainbow Era. As I said previously, there will be a new dual network duel of the Heretic deck coming up soon, hopefully, but I don't know when, so I can't say anything about then. But any future deck ideas, I don't have any at the moment. No other decks interest me at the moment. It's just what I'm playing with at the moment. Okay, next one is from Amazing Entertainment. Are you going to enter the World Championship this year? Interesting question. No, because I am not qualified for it. I'm not that good of a duelist to enter a World Championship. Because I've been to a Nationals qualifier, and I didn't do very well at that, but I went there to have fun and to get an experience of what it was like. But I've never been to a regional. I've never been to any of these high class tournaments because I'm just not good enough. I would say I'm an okay duelist. I enjoy the game, but I don't play competitively enough to, you know, get that far. I mean, it'd be nice if I could win a big tournament with the Blue Eyes deck, and I've got into top 8 twice before with Blue Eyes, losing it, of course, in 8th place, but I was happy with that achievement. But World Championship, no, that is a faraway dream. That is never going to happen unless I decide to completely change myself and decide to become a completely meta player, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't like that, because obviously you like people for who they are, not for what they change for. Right, final question is from Southmaster99. What do you think of the Red Eyes Black Dragon? I think it's a really cool card. I really like it. And it's actually my favourite dragon of the Yu-Gi-Oh series from my little sister, Amy. And I think Red Eyes, it was just a really cool card. Obviously, it's the opposite of Blue Eyes White Dragon, in that Blue Eyes White Dragon brings victory, but the Red Eyes Black Dragon can bring potential. If anybody recognises where that quote is from, please post down in the comments below. And I really like the Red Eyes series because it's so wide and diverse. There's so many strategies you can do with the Red Eyes series. But the sad thing is, at the same time, I'm a bit, not unhappy with it, but I'm a bit miffed, I would say, that it has got a bigger support range than that of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, to be honest. And also, with one specific card of the Red Eyes series, the Red Eyes Stardust Metal Dragon, I like that card, but because I run dragon decks, a lot of people constantly tell me to run that card in my deck, and it does get really annoying after a while when, you know, people keep saying run this, run that, or run the specific card, it'll make your deck a lot better, and it's like, no, I don't want to, because with the Red Eyes series, I honestly believe that they should be in their own deck style. Whereas with Red Eyes, even though Red Eyes Darkness Metal would be of benefit to my own deck, I want to keep the theme just Blue Eyes. You know, I don't want to have any Red Eyes cards in there, if you see what I mean, because I believe that should be built in its own deck, or with whatever competitive meta deck it happens to be built with. So I really do like the Red Eyes Black Dragon series. If I was ever to build a deck around them, I probably would. I'd probably do it very similar to how I do Blue Eyes. Of course, using the Red Eyes Darkness Dragon and that. I mean, that was pretty cool to see a Red Eyes Darkness Dragon in the GX series, because obviously it was only fair that Shining Dragon got and the Sorcerer of Dark Magic were the big power-ups for the movie version, and we never got to see what Red Eyes might have been, and that was fortunately fixed in the GX series. And to be honest, you know, Red Eyes Black Dragon series have it a lot easier than Blue Eyes, because with the Darkness Dragon, at least you just tribute a Red Eyes Black Dragon. With Shining, it has to be an Ultimate Dragon, and to get into Ultimate Dragon, you have to get 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Whew, right, I said that a lot in a one breath. Right, I believe that's everybody's questions. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope I answered everybody as fully as I can, and I'm really sorry if I didn't. You know, I'm just doing this as I go along. Anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Again, if you want to ask any more questions for a future Q&A video, post down in the comments below. I'll get to them as soon as I can, and I'll get another Q&A video up in a little while. I don't know when. I tend to do this maybe once a month or something, just because it's easier that way, to be honest. Anyway, I'm sorry for this being a long video. I've just noticed the time there on the timer. I'm really sorry that this is a long video, but I just wanted to get everybody's questions answered instead of doing it bit by bit or anything. So yeah. Anyway, till then guys, take care and we'll see you guys later. Bye!